members, honorable members, honorable members, honorable members, honorable members, having listened to the leaders, the minority and that of the majority, that will bring us to the end of the commentary on the budget statement and economic policy of the government of Ghana for 2026 financial year. We thank the finance minister. We thank everybody who commented on the statement. And I will, at this juncture, call on the first deputy speaker to take the chair. Yes, minority leader.
Speaker, with respect, we were in this chamber when the leave was sought to lay a paper by the finance minister. Mr. Speaker, today is the last day in Parliament. Levies are going to be imposed. My colleagues have just informed me they are being rushed to conclude deliberations on the matter which was just referred to the Finance and Energy Committee. Mr. Speaker, today is the last day and government want to smuggle in tax and they are rushing the Finance Committee. Mr. Speaker, the House should suspend for this to receive further discussion. Today is the last day. Mr. Speaker, if we are serious about accountability and transparency, we will not do this. The minority members are being rushed to consider this thing that you are bringing energy sector levies this dead hour. Mr. Speaker, the minority will not shut its eyes to this matter and they want it to be considered there and now. Mr. Speaker, it is not right. It is not right. We cannot allow this thing to be done. Mr. Speaker, let us suspend sitting to consider this matter, that at committee meeting they must just do this within 1 hour. How is this done? How serious are we taking our democracy and parliament that 1 hour a tax should be considered? Today is the last day. You lay a paper within 1 hour. They want to rush the committee using majority. Mr. Speaker, no. This is not what we promised the people of Ghana. This is not part of the promises of the Constitution. We owe them a duty. Mr. Speaker, I will not be quiet. I will not be quiet that this is the last day. Mr. Speaker, Parliament cannot be rushed within 1 hour. You come, you say you have laid a paper after laying referral, and then 1 hour, the chairman of the committee, who was critical of Oriata, today he is the chairman of the finance committee. He wants to rush everything through. Mr. Speaker, this parliament, led by the minority, will resist this. We will resist. Mr. Speaker, we shall resist. We will not allow any imposition of this levy today. I will not walk out. We will stay in this chamber and stop you from doing this. They smuggle through the back door without consultation with leadership. Nobody knows about this levy. Nobody knows about this levy. And you use back door to lay it. We will not allow you. You say you are a government of probity and accountability. Is it probity? Is it accountability? Is it transparency? That at this wee hour you want to introduce taxation to burden the people of Ghana. Mr. Speaker, yenti ende, yenti echina, yamamu kwai, diamu yanenye, abamponi benye. Mr. Speaker, in other words, I am saying that in the name of transparency, Mr. Speaker, in the interest of transparency, they should do the right thing. Mr. Speaker, we've been a very cooperative minority. We've never been obstructive Our friends must cut us some slack. Cut us some slack.
Minority Leader,
Why?
with all due respect,
Why?
you can hold it if that matter is before us. You have every right to raise any issue that you want to raise. But for now, that matter is not before us. Yes, Honorable
Mr. Speaker, with respect, Mr. Speaker, with respect, I've raised a critical preliminary matter. I have assured you of my cooperation in other matters that was raised. Mr. Speaker, this matter, Mr. Speaker, should not pass. Why should that be, Mr. Speaker? The Chief Whip must listen. In this house, we consult, we engage. We are here, the five of us. The Finance Minister has a duty to engage that there are serious government business through the leadership of your side. Nobody has been informed. Two. Even if we want to give you the benefit of doubt, why should our members be rushed? Because we are in minority. My members on the committee are being bullied that Honorable Adongo is forcing his way. Mr. Speaker, it's not going to happen today. I will not allow.
Minority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, the right thing must be done.
Honorable Minority Leader,
yes,
with
Mr.
all
Speaker.
due respect,
yes, Mr. Speaker,
with all humility, my point is that what you are talking about is not yet before us. Therefore, wait. If the matter is before us, you will be given every opportunity to raise the issues that you are raising.
I agree. All I'm saying is that I'm raising a serious protest to my colleagues in leadership that my members at the Finance Committee are being bullied. They are pushing them to consider, Mr. Speaker, I receive reports. This is House of Parliament. They cannot do what they are doing, and I expect Honorable Adongo as a chair to be most measured and listen to the views of the minority at the committee. Honorable Chief Whip, you are my junior in this chamber. Please, I have to tell you, and if I'm raising an issue, you should listen. Honorable Roads and Highways Minister, you are my colleague. And you should know how this was done and done properly. You are running a one-sided chamber. This house is not a one-sided house. You can't sit with the Finance Minister, arrange your own thing, and you think that will be quiet. You don't even have the numbers. We shall see today. Go and bring your 189, and the people of Ghana will know. You arrange things at your level and by yourself. This is a two-sided house. You can have your 189. You can. It's belated. Let me talk.
Yes, Honorable Kwame Aguja.
Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker, thank you very much. Mr. Speaker, that water that the minority that have taken appears to be working very well. I wish I can have a part of that water. Mr. Speaker, no one is introducing new tax, no new levies. The minority leader did not even read the document. Mr. Speaker, I agree with him when he said that we came to this house together. Mr. Speaker, at a point in time when we were on this side, the roof of this building was being ripped off in a storm. We sat here just to sack assembly members. Just to make a law to sack assembly members. The speaker, Professor Okwe, sat there. We were able to sit and do business because it was in the national interest. Mr. Speaker, the spirit in which the minority leader has come. Did you read what we wanted to do? Mr. Speaker, the good thing is that you have just said the thing he's talking about is not yet before us. Let the thing come before us. Mr. Speaker. Honorable Jerry, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker, I can actually, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker, I can actually be as rowdy or more rowdy than all of you together. You know me. You know me. I've been there before. All of you put together can't beat me. The point is that we were doing it systematically. You, Mr. Speaker, and let me advise the minority leader. When we were on your side, it was not the leader who was doing what you are doing. It was the backbenchers who are doing it. You are now taking the job of the backbenchers. What do you want them to do? What do you want them to do? So allow the backbenchers to do the backbenchers work. Mr. Speaker, there's nothing wrong with what you want to do. In other case, Mr. Speaker, this is Parliament. There's a reason we all fight to have majority in Parliament. We have our numbers. Let's introduce what we want to do. There's no problem about what he's talking about. They are free to oppose anything they want to oppose. Those who are in support of it can also support it. So there's no need for anybody to threaten we will not agree. The only thing we will not agree to do in this house is to do something that is wrong. But so far, we have done everything that is in the interest of our people. Whatever we need to do today, Mr. Speaker, we shall do whatever is in the interest of the people. You cannot stop us. You cannot stop us. We will do it because it's in the interest of the people of this country. So, Honorable Jerry, you are too enthusiastic. You can come and stand at the front there. Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker, another thing I need to tell you, Honorable Jerry, when your leader was speaking, I sat down. Mr. Speaker, the only advice I want to give to my respected colleague is that when the leader was speaking, I had issues to respond to him. All I did was to sit down. When he finished and he gave me the opportunity, I spoke. That he cannot have patience. Mr. Speaker, I didn't get up to interrupt when the leader was speaking. So, Honorable Jerry, you are also a deputy whip. You are free to heckle, but allow people to speak so that you can also speak.
Honourable members, please, honourable members, please, all of you should resume your seats. Honourable members, I do not know why we are doing this. By our standing orders and by practice, for a matter to be debated or commented on, the matter must be before the House. But as we speak, no bill has been laid before us. No report is before us. So, what are we commenting on? So, honourable members, let's hold it. If the matter is before us, then we can debate and the House can take decision. But what decision do we take if the matter is not before us? What decision do we take once the matter is not before us? Whether to do it or not to do it, we can only take that decision if the issue is before us. So please, at this stage, I believe strongly it is premature to be doing what we are doing. Please, with all due respect, this is not a matter for us to be debating.
Speaker.
Please.
Speaker.
If it is about a matter which is not before us, then everybody should cease fire. Because I will not hesitate to ask you to resume your seat if you want to talk about a matter which is not before us.
Mr. Speaker, he has said certain things which I need to set aright. It's very important. Kwame Agboja, Speaker, with all due respect to the minority leader, the Honorable Kwame Agboja spoke on his merits as a member of this House. I am responding to the concerns you raised. Speaker, number one. This matter, please, Jerry, please, Jerry, please, respect yourself, please.
Honourable members,
Please.
I think I have given a guidance. Honourable members, I have given a guidance on this matter that until and unless the matter is before us, everybody should cease commenting on the matter until and unless it's before us.
It is important that the issues that you have said, they are not correct. They are not true. We laid a report, we consent to Habib. Speaker, the item was laid, we consent to Habib.
Honourable members,
so I consulted you.
I repeat that
Why?
I can't grant the floor
Speaker,
for us to be commenting on a matter which is not before us.
That's the point I'm
So
making.
please, everybody should respect that particular
It
decision.
was made in respect of Habib. Habib was the whole
Yes,
problem.
Deputy Minority Leader.
You were not in the chamber.
Deputy Minority Leader.
You are not in the
What is the
chamber. You
next
are not
business? What is the next business?
Mr. Speaker, thank you very much. Mr. Speaker, I think we are dealing with the business in front of us. Can we look at motion number 34 on page 12 of today's paper? We are carrying on what is here.
With all due respect, Honourable Deputy Majority Leader, because of the level of the background noise, I did not hear you. Honourable members, can we listen to each other in silence?
Mr. Speaker, I said let's continue dealing with matters before us. And in that case, we should look at item number 34 on page 12 of today's other paper, the motion.
Yeah, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the Deputy Majority Leader is inviting us to motion 34. Mr. Speaker, I don't know whether the report he seeks to be taken is before us, and if so, the members of the committee, the chair of the committee, normally he and the ranking will confer, and there will be a certain level of agreement. Mr. Speaker, oftentimes the majority side will come with surprises, and when we raise the matter, they're the same people who say we have not read. Like a moment ago, Honorable Kwame Agboja said the issue I raised I have not read, but the thing is actually dealing with increases in tax.
Honourable Minority.
So I want there to
Honourable
be
Minority Leader.
Is there
Honourable Minority Leader.
Mr. Speaker.
With all due respect, this particular motion has been on record for weeks now. This motion.
Mr. Speaker,
it's not a fresh matter.
Mr. Speaker,
it has been on record for weeks
Speaker,
now.
Understand the context, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker, I think the chief whip of the majority side, I have not seen him take water. I have not seen him take water. Mr. Speaker, I have not seen him take water. So Mr. Speaker, I don't see why he's hyper. So, Mr. Speaker, or he had a lot of water outside the chamber.
Honourable Minority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I'm only
Honourable
asking.
Minority Leader, can you find out from the ranking
Speaker,
member
that is-
whether
Mr.
the
Speaker,
report has been distributed?
Mr. Speaker, let me assure you, Mr. Speaker, let me assure you that this side will fully cooperate with you. Mr. Speaker, we would make sure that your time in this chair will be pleasurable. Mr. Speaker, I am assuring you, Mr. Speaker, I'm assuring you that this side will help you to ensure order in this house. But Mr. Speaker, for instance, Mr. Speaker, I know that our brother, Kwame Agboja, is our very good friend. For instance, Mr. Speaker, a moment ago, he said that the levy, this bill, is not going to increase taxes. Mr. Speaker, the last paragraph of the memorandum is going to increase
Honorable Minority Leader, on this occasion, you are contravening my ruling and you are completely out of order. Let us not revisit this issue until the matter is before us.
I agree. Let's deal with the matter before us. Although he misled Parliament, but it's okay. The right time will come, according to the rules. Mr. Speaker, our colleague, the ranking on health, has given an indication to me that he and the chair of the health committee are to engage. We don't want surprises. The problem we have with you, the majority, is that you are full of surprises. Like this is the last day. You want to introduce things through the back door. Although we know this report has been here for weeks, we know. But there must always be a certain level of agreement and engagement.
Honourable members, the motion number 34 is about an annual statement by the audit committee.
He said he was going to be here.
Of Food and Drugs Authority.
He said he would come back
for the year
Mr. Speaker,
2024.
He promised to be here. The finance minister, Mr. Speaker, the chief whip must sit down. I don't see why he's always busy. Are you the one defending the finance minister? Mr. Speaker, the finance minister came here, he left. He promised to be here. And we've been waiting for him. He has to come and explain why this last minute thing is being done. Mr. Speaker, the committee report can be taken.
Motion number 34. Chairman of the committee.
Right, Honorable Speaker. I rise to move the motion number 34 on today's order paper that this Honorable House adopts the report of the Committee on Health on the annual statement by the Audit Committee of the Food and Drugs Authority for the year 2024. I so move.
All members, motion move. Any seconder? All members, motion move. Any seconder?
Mr. Speaker, I rise to second the motion.
Yes, Chairman of the committee, in doing so, you have to present the committee's report before we second the motion.
In doing so, I present the committee's report and urge the Hansa Department to capture the report in its entirety. The committee met on the 10th of March 2026 and considered the audit committee report of the Food and Drugs Authority.
Honorable Apia Boatin, I ask you to take your seat.
Dilapidated infrastructure at Bolga, non-functional elevators and conditioners at Tema, financial irregularities, incomplete implementation of give-me's, delayed promotions for staff. Right, Honorable Speaker, in conclusion, the committee indicated the needs for stronger internal controls, improved infrastructure, enhanced compliance with financial management laws, and accelerated implementation of audit recommendations to safeguard public resources and strengthen the authority's regulatory mandate. I so move.
All members, motion move result report presented. Any seconder of the motion? Honourable members, the report is on the console. So why are you saying you don't have?
Yes. Mr. Speaker, I second the motion.
All members, motion moved and seconded. It is for the consideration of the House. I'll put a question. As many as are in favor of the motion say aye. Those against say no. All members, the ayes have it. The motion is adopted. Yes, Deputy Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, now we go to number 35. The motion number 35 on page 12.
All members, motion number 35. Chairman of the committee.
I rise to move the motion number 35 on today's order paper that this honorable House adopts the report of the Committee on Health, the annual statement of the Audit Committee of the University of Ghana Medical Center for the year 2024. And in so doing, I present the report of the committee and request the Hansa Department to capture it in its entirety. Right, Honorable Speaker, the committee met on 11th of March 2026.
Honorable Chairman, once Hansa has captured the entire report, go to the conclusion.
Yeah. So I'm requesting the Hansa to capture the conclusion. The committee observed that management has demonstrated cooperation and commitment in responding to audit findings and implementing corrective measures. However, recurrent issues such as weakness in contract management, procurement compliance, debt recovery, asset
Honorable
documentation,
Kenneth Addo,
and risk
you
management
cannot turn
highlight
your
the
back
need
to the maze.
for sustained attention and preventive action. The committee is of the view that sustained management commitment, effective implementation of audit recommendations, adequate resourcing, and continued engagement with the audit committee and the internal audit directorate will enhance accountability and support the University of Ghana Medical Center in the effective discharge of its mandate as a leading quaternary health facility in Ghana. Honorable Speaker, I so move.
Honourable members, motion move, report presented. Any seconder?
Mr. Speaker, I rise to second the motion, ably moved by the chairman of the committee. And in seconding the motion, Mr. Speaker, the reports.
Order. Please, all honourable members standing should resume their seats. Please.
One of the major findings
Please
of the report.
resume your seats. I'll start mentioning name into the record. Please resume your seats. Yes, let's hear you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. One of the major findings of the audit is weak internal controls at the institute. Internal controls, as defined by most accountants, is the whole system of control, financial or otherwise. It's been observed that the other aspects of the controls in the institute is very weak, and the institute is being encouraged to improve upon it. With these few words, Mr. Speaker, I ask the House to adopt the report of the committee.
Honourable members, at the conclusion of the debate, the question is, as many as are in favour, say aye. Those against, say no. Honourable members, the ayes have it. The motion is accordingly adopted. Yes.
Okay, Mr. Speaker, now we can come back to page 9, item 16, motion 16 on page 9.
Motion numbered 16. Chairman of the committee.
Sorry, right, Honorable Speaker, I rise to move that motion number 16 on page 9 of today's order paper be moved.
Honourable member, in doing so, present the committee's report.
I present your committee's report on independent constitutional bodies report on budget performance on the Commission on Human Rights and Administrative Justice for the period. Mr. Speaker, SHRAJ as an independent body is seized with the responsibility of ensuring administrative justice. But Mr. Speaker, I would entreat the Hansard Department to capture the report as though it is read in its entirety whilst I present the recommendations and conclusion. Mr. Speaker, among the recommendations, we expect that SHRAJ be given some increased leverage on the use of their IGF in order to augment the already limited resources that are allocated to them through the annual budget. Mr. Speaker, in conclusion, the committee, upon a thorough consideration of the report, respectfully recommends to the House to adopt this report and approve the budget performance report in respect of the Commission on Human Rights and Administrative Justice for the period January to December 2025 in accordance with Section 27 of the Public Financial Management Act 2016. I so submit, Mr. Speaker.
Honourable members, motion move, report presented. Any seconder? Yes, Honourable Kwame Aguja.
Mr. Speaker, I second the motion.
Motion moved and seconded. It is for the consideration of the House. Honourable members, I'll put a question. As many as are in favour of the motion, say aye. Those against say no. The ayes have it. The motion is adopted. Yes, Deputy Majority Leader. Motion 17, Chairman of the Committee. Motion 17, Chairman of the Committee.
Mr. Speaker, may I seek your leave to just reconcile the reports I have and come in a short time, Mr. Speaker?
It looks like the motion 17 and 16 are one and the same. Because they are all dealing with Shraj for the period 2024.
Verily so, Mr. Speaker, but I think we need to reconcile, so if you can give us some few minutes, Mr. Speaker.
So, Deputy Majority Leader.
Okay, Mr. Speaker, in that case, we'll do 18. Motion 18.
Motion number 18, Chairman of the Committee.
Mr. Speaker, I rise to move that motion number 18 on today's order paper, page 9, be taken by this House. And in doing so, I present the committee's report, which is the report on the Committee on Independent Constitutional Bodies on the 2025 Budget Performance Report of the National Commission for Civic Education. Mr. Speaker, when you look at the mandate of the National Commission for Civic Education, it is national in nature. It is to hold the democratic credentials of our country by educating our populace or our citizens to be up and doing in the discharge of their civic responsibility. But over the years, we note that...
Honorable Dr. Hamza, kindly take your seat.
Mr. Speaker, over the years, we know that with the enormous responsibility placed on the NCCE, we have not commensurately given them the resources needed to work. However, we were happy with the work of the Commission, given the limited resources that they were given. And Mr. Speaker, a few concerns that this House must take seriously is the dilapidated infrastructure of regional offices of our National Commission for Civic Education. Again, we know that over the years, they've had a lot of staff retiring, and they have made regular requests for increased personnel, which has not been attended to, Mr. Speaker. And so we would want to, in presenting the report, we want to highlight that the Commission staff are characterized by an aging workforce without adequate succession planning. Technically, competent and experienced officers are approaching retirement without younger counterparts to whom institutional knowledge and memory can be transferred. Again, Mr. Speaker, we noted that the condition of service and remuneration levels of the Commission staff remain grossly inadequate, adversely affecting staff morale, retention, and overall institutional capacity of the Commission. Mr. Speaker, this, among other challenges of your Commission, requires that this House takes the Commission's mandate seriously and address the gap in their capital expenditure and also the need for retooling their offices and giving them adequate staff. Whilst I urge the Hansard Department to capture the entire report as if it was read in its entirety, I would want to present the conclusion of the report. Mr. Speaker, in conclusion, having carefully examined the 2025 budget performance report of the National Commission for Civic Education and deliberated on the various issues arising therefrom, the Committee on Independent Constitutional Bodies recommends to the House to adopt the 2025 budget performance report of the National Commission for Civic Education and to urge the government to take immediate and concrete steps to address the resource, staffing, and infrastructure challenges confronting the Commission, so as to enable it to fully discharge its constitutional mandate and deepening democratic governance and civic education in Ghana. Mr. Speaker, I so submit.
Honourable members, motion move, report presented. It is for the consideration. Any seconder? Any seconder of the motion?
Speaker, I second the motion.
Honourable members, motion move and seconded. It is for the consideration of the House. I'll put a question. As many as are in favor, say aye. Aye. Those against, say no. The ayes have it. The motion is adopted. Yes, Deputy Majority Leader.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, with your indulgence, can I take you to page 13? When we were doing the health motions, we left motion number 36. So if you can take that now, 36.
Motion number 36, Chairman of the Committee.
I rise to move the motion number 36 on today's order paper.
In doing so, present the committee's report.
And in doing so, I present the committee's report and urge the Hansard Department to capture the whole report in its entirety. On the 24th of February 2026, this Honorable House referred this matter to the Health Committee for further investigation. The Minister of Health had already set up a parallel investigation committee that had finished their work. And so we had to meet them for their presentation to us. We reviewed the documentary evidence, their postmortem examination findings, and engaged the relevant stakeholders on the operational, clinical, legal, and governance issues arising from the case. The committee concluded that the death of the late Charles Emisa was avoidable. The evidence before the committee demonstrates that the patient sustained survivable traumatic injuries and died as a result of uncontrolled bleeding, delayed resuscitation, and the failure of multiple health facilities to provide mandatory emergency stabilization. Indeed, for about 2 hours, the late Charles Emisa was moved from one hospital to the other, 3 premium hospitals in the country, and yet absolutely nothing was done to save his life. The Committee on Health, therefore, accepts the recommendation of the Minister that the health professionals involved should be referred to their employers and then their regulators for further investigation and disciplinary action. Thank you. I so move.
All members, motion move. Any seconder?
Mr. Speaker, I second the motion and just would want to add that if we trust that if these recommendations are implemented, the health system will be strengthened and
I will automatically mention.
such deaths would not occur. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
All members, motion moved and seconded. It is for the consideration of the House. I'll put a question. As many as are in favor say aye. Those against say no. The ayes have it. The motion is carried. Report accordingly adopted. Yes, Honorable Habib. Yes, Deputy Majority Leader. Yes, Deputy Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I now want to take you to addendum, page 1. That is a motion number 3. Finance Minister.
Yes, we have to do one first.
Deputy Leader, you have to go
We have to do one first.
and then before you can be able to.
Sorry, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, it should rather be item 1, which is a presentation of papers for the committee minister to present the report.
Yes, honourable members, at commencement of public business presentation of papers. Item numbered 1.
Report of the Finance Committee on...
Mr. Speaker, we need to make an amendment. The paper should be laid by the chair of the committee.
Yes, so chairman of the committee.
So we are making an
Chairman
amendment
of the
to
committee.
reflect the chair of the committee.
Chairman of the committee.
But Mr. Speaker, this is not a one-sided chamber. So if the majority relating,
very well.
So we should be heard. So that is the reason why we were saying, because it's not going to be by the minister. The minister doesn't lay the report. It's the chairman of the committee. So that can be done. Honorable Habib, you know you are my friend, so we don't need to litigate on this matter. He's my friend.
Members,
when it pleases him, I'm his friend.
Yes,
and in certain occasions, I am not his friend.
Habib, you are right. The mistake is emanating from the order paper addendum. Therefore, let's correct the Minister of Finance to Chairman of the committee.
But Mr. Speaker, the Deputy Whip should know that I am his senior in leadership, and I can guide him on the procedure.
Please,
Mr. Speaker,
let us not litigate over this issue.
You should listen to me, and I'll give you proper guidance. You seek the leave of you should seek the leave of the Speaker to point out the error, make that correction, and then the appropriate person. That is how it should be done.
Honorable Habib, Honorable Richard Achampong, please. Honourable members, this document, none of you authored it. So it is coming from the table office. So I have a right to draw the attention of the members to the error and have same corrected. So same has been corrected from the Minister of Finance to Chairman of the committee. Please, Chairman of the committee, item numbered 1.
Report of the Finance Committee on the Energy Sector Levies Amendment Bill 2026.
Honourable members, report has been duly presented. It is for distribution to honourable members. Item numbered 2. It has already been laid. Very well. Very well. Then item number 3.
Mr. Speaker, this is a House of Records. I just want to be sure of what we are all doing. Mr. Speaker, the bill titled Energy Sector Levies Amendment Bill 2026, with a memorandum with a last paragraph ending, the bill therefore seeks to amend the schedule to Act 1135 to increase the rate of the energy sector shortfall and debt repayment levy on fuel oil as well as road fund levy on fuel oil. Is that the document? Mr. Speaker, I just want to be sure. Is that the document being laid which is increasing
yes.
the rate of energy
Minister
sector
for
levy?
Finance,
Yes.
item number 3.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the presentation and first reading of the bill has already been done when I presented it first.
So that's why I'm calling item number 3.
And so, Mr. Speaker, if I may move to motion advertised as item number 3, page 1 of today's order paper addendum, so that I can give explanation to the memorandum of the bill and what this bill seeks to do. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Yes.
Mr. Speaker, I'm not too sure whether the burden of my call has been answered. Mr. Speaker, I want to very humbly ask my colleague in leadership whether the very item I just read, which seeks to increase taxation, is what is being considered and is the same document labeled item 2 on the addendum order paper. I just want clarification.
Honourable Minority Leader, the motion that has been moved will enable you to debate on the basis of the explanatory memorandum from which you are raising the issue and the report.
Mr. Speaker, I've understood
so
that.
you have the floor to do
Mr. Speaker,
whatever you want to do.
Mr. Speaker, bear with me. I'm not a finance person. I lead a side that needs to understand where we are. Especially so when the matter before us was not originally part of what we had programmed. So I only want to inquire from the deputy majority leader whether item 2 on the addendum order paper is the same as the document which I have, because Mr. Speaker, I have some 2 documents saying 2 different things.
Well, so, what are the different things that they are saying?
Very well, Mr. Speaker. One document is reading, the object of the bill is to amend the Energy Sector Levies Act 2025, Act 1135, to increase the rate of energy sector shortfall and debt repayment levy on fuel oil and the road fund levy on fuel oil, and to improve compliance and curb diversion of the product. Mr. Speaker, the conclusion also reads, I don't want to bore the House. The bill therefore seeks to amend the schedule to Act 1135 to increase the rate of the energy sector shortfall and debt repayment levy on fuel oil, as well as the road fund on fuel oil. Mr. Speaker, that is the first document. Then the second document, Mr. Speaker, that is the, just a second, Mr. Speaker. Yes. Mr. Speaker, so the second document is saying something else. I want clarification.
Yes, the way you read the first one, equally read the second one, so that we can follow you. Honourable Minority Leader, with all humility, let's end it here.
Mr. Speaker,
you have the opportunity to debate.
Mr. Speaker, you know how, Mr. Speaker, I promise you.
Yes.
That
so
we
keep
would
to
have,
the promise.
Mr. Speaker, not when, no. Mr. Speaker, with respect. With respect. With respect. Mr. Speaker, for want of time, let's proceed.
Honourable members, the motion for the second reading has been moved. Any seconder? No. I will call on the chairman of the committee to present the committee's report.
So just ask for a few minutes for them.
Chairman of the committee, may you present the committee's reports?
No, they don't have copies. Why? Talk to Speaker. Because
Chairman of the committee.
Mr. Speaker, the report, Mr. Speaker, please. Mr. Speaker, please. Mr. Speaker, the report, they have not given us a copy. At least let us have a copy. I'm a leader. I should have a copy. I should have a copy. When the finance minister was minority leader, he would demand for copies. With his chief whip, he's seated by his former colleague, the roads minister. He was the chief whip. He would demand copies. I told you.
Okay, Honourable Minister, I understand you didn't move the motion you are about moving. You did not move the motion. Please, then you may do so.
Mr. Speaker, my attention has been drawn that the table office is loading a copy of the report on the console. And so, Mr. Speaker, we can hold on and for the report to be loaded. Then we take it back.
Yes, Deputy Majority Leader.
Okay, Mr. Speaker, for the time being, we can look at page 2 of the addendum, item 6. Thank you.
Mr. Speaker.
Mr. Speaker, I think we can continue with the second reading of the Energy Sector Levy Amendment Bill. The report is now ready, so it can be.
Yes. Yes. Finance Minister. Finance Minister, you have the floor.
Right Honorable Speaker, I beg to move that motion advertised as item 3 on today's order paper addendum be taken now. Mr. Speaker, the object of the bill is to amend the Energy Sector Levies Amendment Bill 2026. Right Honorable Speaker, government has noticed, and there's the need for us to bring to the attention of the House, of a tax evasion scheme in the downstream petroleum industry. And there is an urgent need to cure that tax evasion scheme. Mr. Speaker, there has been a potential revenue loss of about $25 million in the last 6 months, from January to June this year. And this stems from the fact that diesel has been misclassified as fuel oil by certain individuals. Mr. Speaker, diesel is almost the same as fuel oil. However, diesel attracts taxes of 3 cedis 35 pesos per litre, whilst fuel oil attracts tax of 25 pesos per litre. Mr. Speaker, this has resulted in a differential of 3 cedis 15 pesos. Mr. Speaker, when we conducted the time series analysis, on average, every month, fuel oil that should be sold in the country using the time series analysis for the last 5 years meant that government of Ghana should be selling 5 million liters per month for fuel oil. But Mr. Speaker, strangely, we have seen that from January to June, fuel oil has gone up instead of the 5 million liters per month to 20 million liters plus per month. This represents 493% increase over the last year. Mr. Speaker, the incentive is because there is clearly a huge tax arbitrage. And so as a result of that, some individuals are taking advantage and smuggling, buying fuel, buying diesel and disguising it as fuel oil and collecting the taxes on it. Right Honorable Speaker, government intention is that we will continue to give that tax exemption to industries. However, instead of ex ante, this tax exemption will be ex post. Mr. Speaker, ex ante simply put that you get the tax exemption ahead, now you get the tax exemption ex post. You have to pay for it as industry and claim the refund. Mr. Speaker, this will not amount to a tax increase. Right Honorable Speaker, for emphasis, fuel oil is not used by motorists, it's used by industry. And so, Mr. Speaker, for emphasis, there will not be a tax increase on petroleum product. However, Mr. Speaker, what is actually happening is that because of the huge arbitrage, there is incentive for smuggling. Mr. Speaker, last year, when we introduced an amendment to the Energy Sector Management Act, we equally saw a surge in smuggling using the marine gas oil. Mr. Speaker, what we did was that we stemmed it by leveling the taxes on diesel to marine gas oil. All of a sudden, Mr. Speaker, we've seen that it has stopped. But Mr. Speaker, going forward, since January, we've now seen that the scheme has been moved from marine gas oil to fuel oil. So what we are saying is that we are equally going to amend the Revenue Administration Act to make the tax refund system relating to industries buying fuel oil, move it from 90 days to 14 days. The Speaker, in the meantime, the Commissioner General will issue a practice note so that using that practice note, that tax exemption will be given to them in 14 clear days. Mr. Speaker, this is to make sure that
I'll give you the floor after him.
This is to make sure that the government will reduce the cost of this smuggling. Mr. Speaker, to conclude, if care is not taken, the state will lose in excess of 1 billion Ghana cedis per annum on the back of smuggling. Mr. Speaker, the activity is indeed illegal, but the quickest route to fix this leakage is to level the arbitrage so that there will not be incentive for an individual or an institution to smuggle and sell it as taxes. Right, Honorable Speaker, to conclude, those smuggling fuel oil, smuggling diesel and disguising it as fuel oil are behaving as mini GRAs. They are selling the product to you as diesel, and then they are collecting the taxes that is due the state and keeping it to themselves. Mr. Speaker, this approach will stop it, and as a result of that, what will happen will be that those genuine industries that should benefit from this fuel oil will now get the opportunity to claim it from the Ghana Revenue Authority within 14 days. 14 days, they will get their money back. Mr. Speaker,
yes.
So largely this is a compliance measure to stem the leakage. I so submit.
Mr. Speaker, with respect, Mr. Speaker, I just want to move that everything the finance minister said should be expunged from the record. Mr. Speaker, everything the finance minister said after moving motion number 3 should be expunged. Mr. Speaker, I said so on the basis that motion number 3 says that the Energy Sector Amendment Bill 2026 be now read the second time. If you read our standing orders, in Standing Order 1671, it says, when a motion is moved that a bill be now read the second time, a full debate shall ensure on the basis of the explanation memorandum and the report from the relevant committee. The standing order doesn't give the minister an opportunity again to say everything that he has said. He was just to do that the Energy Sector Levy Amendment Bill 2026 be read the second time. The committee chairman is the one who's supposed, Mr. Speaker, the committee chairman is the one who's supposed to now present the report of the committee, then the debate will now come. But the finance minister, it is not part of our orders for the finance minister to get up again and then read the entire memorandum. Mr. Speaker, in any case, in the first reading, I had asked of the finance minister in Standing Order 1633, where he has already given us the explanation of the memorandum. But second reading does not offer the minister that opportunity, except the committee chairman who presents the report of the committee. So what he has done is alien to our rules. What he has done is not the practice of this house, and it should be expunged. The chairman of the committee should present the report, then we can debate the report. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Yes.
Mr. Speaker. Why? I'll listen to you. Yes. Mr. Speaker, the objection presently posed by the First Deputy Minority Whip is totally baseless and unfounded. Mr. Speaker, the record will bear there is one man who has been demanding for explanatory memorandum. Please. What is not happy about, Mr. Speaker, is that this side is on their feet that the current bill before us is to levy a new tax. Oh, please. Please. The argument is that we have to levy a new tax. And so when the minister moved the motion and explained that it is actually to lead to a reduction, they are not happy about the fact that a reduction is being encouraged. And that is why you want the reduction to be expunged from the records. It won't. It goes to defeat your position. So, Mr. Speaker, the finance minister is actually a member of the House. He has a right to speak to the matter in the manner that he has done. He has explained that it is not actually a tax to increase any rate, and it's actually to reduce. Oh, please, you have not even read. Listen to the finance minister. So it is the reduction that they don't like, the explanation regarding the reduction. And Mr. Speaker, he has to stay in the records. And please, let's speak to the matter and move them.
Honourable members, please. Habib raised an issue. The Chief Whip responded. I think on this occasion, they are both wrong. Now, let me state my reasons. Now, the first reason is that it is only when a paper is presented that you call for a short explanation under Order 97. Now, this is a motion moved for a second reading. Now, if you move the motion for second reading and you don't give any explanation, how do you convince the House? How do you convince the House? So therefore, the finance minister using the opportunity to convince the House that this is a motion that the House should agree upon is not wrong. So for you to take offense that the finance minister was wrong, I feel you are also wrong. So now I will call on the chairman of the committee to present the committee's report, and thereafter the debate will ensue on the basis of the explanatory memorandum and the report of the finance committee.
Mr. Speaker, thank you. Mr. Speaker, we are always in this chamber guided by you. And Mr. Speaker, if you read our standing orders very well, Mr. Speaker, if you read our standing orders well, Mr. Speaker, standing order 1634 give the minister the opportunity in whatsoever he has said in the first reading of the bill, even if an explanation is not requested under 1633, but 1634 says that the text of the bill and the explanation memorandum shall be incorporated into an official report. So whatever he said, our rules have made provision for it. But Mr. Speaker,
that is why,
if you read Standing Order 167,
that's what
which is talking about second reading,
that's what I'm telling you.
There is nowhere, Mr. Speaker, guide us.
The majority chief whip said should have been applicable upon the introduction. That's what he has as of right. But if a minister or a member is moving a motion such as this, calling on the House to accept something, the minister who is moving the motion can convince the House that this is a motion that the House can consider. So he can indicate what the House should take into consideration in considering the motion that the minister is moving. This is not a wrong practice.
Mr. Speaker, we are always guided by you. Mr. Speaker, in our standing orders, if you read the heading of 167, it says second reading of bills. That is in Article 1066. 1 and 2 and 3. There is nowhere in our standing orders in second reading that offers the minister an opportunity to explain the entire memorandum. What happened in second reading is that the second reading, he just moved the motion, and the committee chairman now present the report. It is in the report. If the minister wants to debate or explain whatsoever, after members contribute, he will be given the opportunity to explain. But what the minister did, Mr. Speaker, we have been doing second reading in this chamber, and we do not in second reading. Mr. Speaker, I am yet to see anywhere in our standing orders that says that second reading, the minister have an opportunity to explain everything. But the chairman of the committee, in presenting the report, will tell us everything what the decision of the committee is. So what the minister is saying, Mr. Speaker, I still stand that we should expunge
in the standing order that says if a minister is moving a motion, he cannot convince the House that the motion should be adopted? If there is something like that, you can point it out to me, or you point it out to the House. So please, I will then call on the chairman of the committee to present the committee's report.
Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker, this is the report. This is the report. You have a copy there. Mr. Speaker, I present your committee's report. Mr. Speaker, what the bill seeks to do is to effect a major leakage, is to effect a major amendment that would stop the leakage that is happening in the implementation of the original bill, that act that we passed in this House in 2025. Mr. Speaker, the current arrangement provides for two types of fuels. Mr. Speaker, we have the fuel oils that are meant to promote industrial growth. And therefore, there's a subsidy on that to encourage businesses to be able to fuel their businesses at a lower rate. And then we have the normal fuel that we all use in our vehicles, which is taxed at a higher rate. Unfortunately, because of this disparity, people have tended to buy fuel meant for industries and apply them for
Now, members, let's listen to each other in silence, please.
And apply them for purposes other than what the subsidy was meant for. As a result, government has seen a significant rise in the supply of fuel oils, which is not consistent with the industry consumption. And we're told at committee that government is losing about $50 million a year as a result of this practice. And therefore, the government has decided that even though it still wants to give the subsidy to encourage industrial production, the amendment is to the effect that those industries will buy at the rate that everybody is paying for fuel and then claim the subsidy as a refund. Exactly, so that you come and claim as a refund. Mr. Speaker, that way we have not increased any rate, but we have instituted a compliance to ensure that when you say you are using it for industrial production, it is indeed for that purpose, and you will pay the appropriate subsidies and enjoy the subsidies. So that is just all that we are doing. But because we have to effect that through amendment in the shadows, that is why the minister is here, to make sure that the law allows him to effect this compliance arrangement and to plug the leakage that the country is suffering. The members were worried that there may be a situation where the government may not, or the ministry may not be capable of refunding those that have paid for those subsidies. And the minister made it very clear. In fact, the agency made it clear that under the ICOMS, they can program those agencies into the system to capture the true cost of what they consume so that the refund can be made available to them. And this was a major concern that separated the minority from the majority. And therefore, the majority were of the view that they still were not convinced that the ministry will be capable of refunding the money. But we thought that the arrangements that have been described provide a better avenue to refund the monies. Therefore, Mr. Speaker, we recommend to this House to approve this report by a majority decision and to approve and pass the bill. Mr. Speaker, I so submit.
Honourable members, the motion for second reading was moved, report presented. It is now for the House to debate the motion on the basis of the explanatory memorandum and the report of the committee as presented. Honourable members, the floor is now open.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Should I go ahead?
Yes, you have the floor, Chairman of the Energy Committee.
Mr. Speaker, I rise to comment on the motion. Mr. Speaker, the motion for Energy Sector Levies Amendment Bill 2026. Mr. Speaker, the Minister said this bill is to address significant leakages and abuses within the government fuel subsidy programs, particularly those intended to support industries. Mr. Speaker, at the committee level, we all agree with the ministers where he's coming from. But the minister, we asked the minister how are they going to refund this rebate to those intended industry users. There is no any policy in place. So we were worried that the minority side were worried that the minister will just make it by saying it, but without any evidential document to a policy in place that shows that, okay, in 2 weeks, in 1 month, we are going to give rebate to these industrial users. This is what we are saying, the minority is saying, Mr. Speaker, because if you said without any timeline, you are going to give a refund to the industrial users, that is 14 days, where is the policy document? There is nothing of that sort in place. So this is what the minority were saying. Because it's going to affect the industries, Mr. Speaker. These industries are going to produce a product for ordinary Ghanaian to buy. So what is going to happen is their products are going to be expensive without this rebate. So we are worried about this. So the minister has to let the House know that at this is a policy in place that are going to give a rebate to these industrial users. This is all what we are asking for, because there was no any timeline, Mr. Speaker. And this levy is moving from 24 pesos to 1 cedi 93 pesos on the fuel, and then on the road fund levy also 48 pesos. Mr. Speaker, we think that it's going to burden the ordinary Ghanaian. That is why the minority. That is why, Mr. Speaker, that is why the minority side decided not to support this bill. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Let me hear from the Minister for Energy.
Thank you very much, Right Honourable Speaker. Right Honourable Speaker, the ranking member makes an explicit statement. He says he agrees with the Minister of Finance on the problem. So he agrees that there's a problem. He agrees that that problem ought to be cured. The only departure, and the fact speaks for itself, is when the refund will be made available to whoever procures. And based on this evidence, it is simply like the input-output VAT. What he's saying is that pay on account, and then in 14 days, when you present the claim, your refund will be given to you. Mr. Speaker, umpewe. No, umpewe. To wait. If you don't want this, what else do you want? This is what we call policy. So if you say there's no policy, what do you mean by policy? Policy is simply a deliberate government action taken to deal with a problem or a situation. That's all. That is policy. So that is government policy. Government policy is that we are incurring huge losses, and we used to incur these losses with kerosene. When we were subsidizing kerosene, people buy kerosene and then they adulterate it with petrol. And it was spoiling or creating problems for people's engine and loss of revenue. So we took the subsidy off and used the money to redistribute rechargeable solar lamps. Because kerosene was for the rural folks for lanterns. So when we took the subsidy from kerosene, we then supplied them with rechargeable solar lamps, which is environmentally friendly, it doesn't consume fuel, and they could use it to charge mobile phones.
I would only appeal to the minister that if he gets the approval, he should put in place robust mechanism, one, to validate the claims, two, to expedite action when it comes to the refund. I don't think that there's any room for us to disagree, unless, of course, people just want to disagree. This is innovative, this is positive, this is forward-thinking, and I fully endorse the action taken by the Honorable Minister of Finance. Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker.
Yes, you have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity to comment on the report that is laid before this House. Mr. Speaker, this report has two main objectives. First is to increase the energy sector shortfall and debt recovery levy and the road fund levy on fuel oil. That is the first objective, that increase of these levies. Mr. Speaker, the second intended objective of government is to address significant leakages and abuse within the government's fuel subsidy program and to strengthen tax compliance. Mr. Speaker, if the objective of this bill is to strengthen tax compliance, why are we not focusing on enforcement, but rather imposing another tax on the people of this country? Mr. Speaker, going the path of taxation does not address the enforcement deficit. We should remember that this enforcement issue is coming on the back of a bill the finance minister submitted to this House last year. And that is what is creating the problem. Mr. Speaker, none of us condones smuggling, but we should be mindful that when we want to address smuggling, we don't impose another tax, because this does not mean that the problem will be solved, because it is just like the situation as Chinua Achebe put it. Once the hunter has learned to shoot without missing, the bird also go flying without perching. So there is no justification, or there is no indication that if we introduce additional tax, if you impose additional tax, the smuggling will stop. Mr. Speaker, what happened to ensuring that there's stronger fuel tracking? What happened to ensuring that there's electronic monitoring? All of these could be done. Mr. Speaker, the other thing that we should know is that in the industry, it is not every business operator that is smuggling. And for that matter, for this House, when there are enforcement failures and Parliament is trying to put up a measure to stop that, we should be careful not to instigate a policy that will punish people who are obeying the laws of this country. And when we do this, it means that we are increasing the levy for those who are compliant and for those who are not compliant. The other thing, Mr. Speaker, we should pay attention to is when if you look at paragraph 7.5 of the report, it says that companies that use fuel oil will pay the tax upfront at the point of imposition, but taxpayers will not be burdened. Mr. Speaker, I disagree with this, because the burden, the incidence on the companies is a legal incidence, but the economic incidence is on the taxpayer. Because what is going to happen effectively is that if a company or a business or a manufacturing company relies on fuel oil for boilers, generators, or industrial heat, any additional cost by way of this tax will be passed on to the consumer. Their operational costs will go higher, their business input costs will be increased, and this will be passed on to the consumer. So in actual sense, the economic incidence is on the Ghanaian consumer who will be consuming the product of these companies. The legal incidence is on the companies, all right, but the economic incidence is what affects households. The economic incidence, Mr. Speaker, is what affects you and I. That is why we think that the solution to the smuggling, the solution to this arbitrage that has been created by a bill that the minister submitted to this House is not the imposition of additional taxes, but rather we should look at enforcement. Mr. Speaker, if I have the mandate, I would advise that the finance minister considers this again the second time and know the implication and the economic incidence of this on the Ghanaian taxpayer. We do not want to overburden the Ghanaian taxpayer. And Mr. Speaker, lastly, at a time that Ghana is talking about lower inflation. We should not, by the introduction of a new bill to this House, do anything that has a cascading effect on inflation. What is going to happen in the end is that businesses are going to have higher operational costs. They will pass the cost on Ghanaians. Inflation will go up. People are going to suffer. Our disposable income cannot buy what we are supposed to get into our households by way of consumption. Mr. Speaker, with these few words, I end my submission here.
Richard Achampong, you have the floor.
Mr. Speaker, thank you very much for the opportunity to speak to your committee's report. Mr. Speaker, we should be very careful the kind of words we use in this chamber. All of us have reports before us. The report is not seeking to introduce any new tax. The issue is pay upfront, come and justify. If indeed what you are saying is right, the money will be refunded to you. How can this become a new tax? How can this increase your production cost? You were at the meeting. You raised all these questions, and those questions were answered. But we come to the floor, try to change the narrative, as if government is introducing a new tax. We are not introducing any new tax. Rather, we are plugging the loopholes. Unless you want to tell me you want to support smuggling.
They were enjoying from it.
People are taking on due advantage. Smuggling this product because of the price differentials. And we are saying we are pegging all the two products at the same price. Pay for it upfront, come and justify, the money will be refunded to you. Initially it was 90 days. The minister said, no, I will do 14 days. And if you don't like this, what again do you want? And you want to tell everybody that new taxes and it will affect disposable income. Which income? Which income? Production costs will not increase. You pay upfront, you come, you justify, the money is refunded to you.
Teach them.
And this you don't want to understand.
Refuser.
You understand, but you are forcing yourself not to understand. Don't do that. So, Mr. Speaker, we are trying to bring sanity into the system. With this same for premise fuel, people were smuggling it, and the beneficiaries were not getting it.
Thank you.
When we did it, right now there's sanity under the premise arrangement. The chairman is seated here.
Yes.
And if we identify another loophole, let's block it and make sure the real revenue is given to the state for national development.
That's all.
When you were debating, you were talking about revenue underperformance. These are some of the challenges. And the minister is trying to address it, and you are trying to go to town, misinform people that we are introducing new taxes. Where is the tax handle here? Don't do that to this nation. This export subsidy that we are talking about, pay upfront, come, justify, the money is refunded to you. And we are shortening the time frame from 90 days to 14 days. Mr. Speaker, with this, put the question so that we will leave out of this place. I thank you very much for the opportunity.
Honorable Richard Achampong, that is why you are not the Speaker. Yes, Honorable Boma.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity to comment on this report of Finance Committee on the Energy Sector Levies Amendment Bill 2026. Mr. Speaker, let me avert the mind of my senior colleague Achampong that the name of this bill is Energy Sector Levies Amendment Bill. So if you are not here to amend a levy which will impose a proportion of tax on a particular commodity, then why is it called an Energy Sector Levy Amendment Bill? So it is important. It is important for the House to understand. It is important for the House to understand that the bill before us is seeking to do something that originally wasn't there. The position of the law prior to this amendment, was to the effect that fuel oil did not attract some component of levies. So we are in this House to consider whether we should increase the levies that are on fuel oil. But Mr. Speaker, the memorandum from the minister is indicating that there are some challenges in terms of revenue collection, including smuggling. But the minister is telling us that from the series of data suggested that the average consumption of fuel oil was hovering around 5 million per annum. According to the Minister of Finance, between beginning of the year 2026 to June 2026, consumption of fuel oil has skyrocketed from 5 million to 20 million. So, from the minister's own words, there is a clear indication that people may be smuggling or otherwise the input of fuel oil. But the minister did something that is fundamentally a problem. He has never conducted an investigation to establish the cause of this increase. The minister has not been able to provide adequate information to justify and establish the fact that the increase of 5 to 20 million is a result emphatically of smuggling. He is only conjecturing and assuming that if fuel oil consumption, which ordinarily was around 5 million, today it is going to 20 million, then his suspicion is that people are moving diesel and classifying them as fuel oil. But that is not empirically proven by any investigation.
See, they are moving fuel oil and classifying it as diesel, or they are moving diesel, classifying it as fuel oil.
No, they are moving fuel oil. But it is supposed to be diesel.
Yes.
Yeah, so his suspicion is that people, because the price of diesel is higher than that of fuel oil, people are misclassifying diesel as fuel oil, making them benefit.
No, maybe you are turning it the other way around. Probably you are turning it the other way around.
Oh, no. Speak,
because the issue is on the fuel oil. And then, because of the subsidy to the industries, people are now smuggling the fuel oil in the name of diesel.
Speaker, so
because of the difference in the prices as a result of the subsidy.
No, so Speaker, hear me well. Speaker, hear me well. The issue is that consumption of fuel oil, according to the minister, has increased from 5 million to 20 million as at half year. That is fuel oil as classified today, the consumption. But the suspicion of the minister is that what is being consumed and termed as fuel oil is actually diesel, because the price of diesel is high.
No.
That is the position. So allow me to flow. That is the position. It is for that reason that the minister is saying that to equalize the price of fuel oil will allow the cost of fuel oil and diesel oil to be at par, so that there will be no smuggling. That is the position why the minister is here. So the minister is here to equalize the price of fuel oil to be equivalent to that of diesel, so that diesel that is suspected to be smuggled as fuel oil. No, that's clearly the position, Speaker. That's the position. I have been a practitioner from tax revenue point of view, and we have discussed this thoroughly at the committee level. So, Speaker, this is clearly the position. There is no contradiction to that effect. Now, the argument I am making to the minister and to this House is that that decision to introduce a bill to revise the energy sector levy, to increase the price of fuel oil, to be at par with the others as I talk about diesel, is an approach that could have been cured by systems properly being put in place.
But this is a House of Record. Is it increasing the price or the subsidy?
So it's not subsidy. Subsidy is being removed.
Yes.
And now they are going to increase the price of fuel oil to the price of diesel.
Honourable Member, you have the floor. You have the floor.
Most grateful, Mr. Speaker. So, Mr. Speaker, my point is to the effect that when the minister and the ministry identifies a lacuna that is causing a challenge, he has an option to cure it using appropriate systems. And I am guided by last week's presentation of papers by the Minister for Finance to this House, where the minister told us that because he has problems with the collection of VAT by the e-commerce sector, he is bringing in a company to introduce technology to clamp the gap of VAT. We were in this House where the minister brought Pelican as a company to say that he wants to use Pelican to go and cure some challenges at customs. So why is the minister using a lazy approach or an approach that is seeking to increase price and increase legislation instead of using systems to cure? We are in 2026. Over the past 6 years, who are those behind the smuggling? Mr. Speaker, this is a common phenomenon in 2026. Who are doing the smuggling? Why is the minister not going after those who are smuggling and using the back door to introduce a legislation and to increase the price? So now you are punishing people. You are punishing people and asking them to come through refund. Once you could cure that mischief by passing or using systems to cure it. So, Mr. Speaker, my position and that of my colleagues is that nobody is opposed clamming over smuggling. Nobody is against it. But you don't need to cure that by coming through a legislation. You can cure it with systems. And this minister has told us that he has the systems. So where is the systems? Why is he not bringing system and using legislation? So, Mr. Speaker, without more, I believe that this bill is not being sensitive. This is another form of taxation. This counts to about 9 new taxes that have been imposed by this government since 2025. And the Ghanaian people are watching. Government to go with systems and not to use the lazy approach by imposing taxes on Ghanaians. And with this view, as Mr. Speaker, I want to say that unequivocally the minister should withdraw this bill and use systems to solve it. I thank you, Mr. Speaker, for the treasurer's please.
Yes, Honorable Baba Jaman.
Mr. Speaker, today I have just learned that where there is an amendment to an act or a law, it means that you are introducing new taxes. I'm wondering what sort of understanding is this? Because the minister, in moving the motion, made it clear that no new taxes are being introduced here. But you see, Mr. Speaker, in our language, they say when a person is asleep, if you want to wake him up, you can wake him up easily. But when the person pretends to be asleep, you will do everything and the person will not wake up. And I think that is what is happening here. Even though the minister and other speakers on this side have made it clear that there is no new tax, my friends on the other side continue to hammer that there is a new tax, and even saying that an amendment means a new tax. Mr. Speaker, what is happening here? And I think that is why the minister is succeeding in his office. The minister is succeeding because he is trying to plug all leakages. Where there's any leakage, he is trying to plug. What is saying here? What is he saying here? He's saying that because people are smuggling, diverting, and doing all sort of things, pay up front at the end of the day, come and take your money. Does that mean a new tax? And so I wanted to agree with my friend on the other side. The only person I think that has shown some understanding of what is happening here. Because what he's saying is that we should bring policies to ensure that people take their money on time. And we don't have a situation where people have to come and queue for their money after they have paid it. I agree that the 14 days that they have introduced, they must bring policies to ensure that people will not come and queue. But to say that this document that I'm holding, which clearly spells out what is going to happen, is an introduction of new tax, is being disingenuous to the fact. Please, I think that we all agree, both sides, we agree that there is a problem. That problem must be solved. The minister has come out with a strategy to solve it. We don't want it, and you are saying that no, he should withdraw it. Mr. Speaker, I will urge those on this side and those who are not deliberately sleeping, but are really sleeping and are waking up, to support this bill so that at the end of the day, this country will benefit from what it is doing. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
Honourable members, the word that my friend is the only one that has the understanding should be expunged from the record as if it does not exist. Yes, Majority Leader, you have the floor. Yes, Minority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, the Finance Minister chose this day, being the last day that Parliament is rising, when the ordinary Ghanaian worker has closed from work, to come to this house in the name of addressing smuggling. He's imposing additional burden on the ordinary Ghanaian. Mr. Speaker, the Finance Minister said a Minister of Finance is not measured by the levels of expenditure, but he's measured by the level of prudence, how he manages the economy and all. So the question to be asked, is this imposition of taxation part of the management of the economy? Mr. Speaker, the Honorable Yabuama Nyako, Mr. Speaker, argued, and I want to associate with that argument. His submission was to the effect that if the minister has identified some smuggling, some loopholes, his duty is to fix it. You don't come here lamenting and you come imposing tax. Mr. Speaker, I listened to the Honorable Dr. John Jinapo. He was struggling. He was struggling to support this levy. Mr. Speaker, all of a sudden, Mr. Speaker, these gentlemen have forgotten what they said in opposition. Mr. Speaker, when they launched their manifesto, they told the whole country that no more taxation, no more levies. What do we see today? Electricity tariffs, almost 30%. Almost 30%. You impose 1 Ghana cedi per liter on petroleum products we buy at the pump. Today is the last day for Parliament. He lays this report, brings this bill, they rush it through at the Finance Committee. The minority members on the committee are asking questions. The Honorable Chairman, Adongo, says no, he is in the majority. So, majority decision. Mr. Speaker, we have seen one too many rescissions just because they didn't listen. And we know they won't listen. So, the finance minister is here. All he wants to do is to get this thing passed so that he goes. Mr. Speaker, what is happening to us is a reset. Mr. Speaker, you have to stop the roads and highways.
I haven't heard the roads and highways minister. Please continue. You requested earlier that he should be warned. What was the response? Honorable members, let's listen to each other in silence.
Mr. Speaker,
please.
I will reserve the rest of my argument in my closing remarks. I wouldn't press further. It is obvious that the prudent way of managing this economy is to impose more taxes, according to the NDC. Mr. Speaker, it's a very sad evening. It's a very sad evening for our country. It's a very sad evening for our country. A government that does not keep to its promises on principle, double standard, that takes the people for granted. How can you say we should pay more taxes?
You have the floor.
Yes, I know I have the floor. What is happening is not being done by backbenchers, by senior members.
Honourable members, with all due respect, let's listen to the minority leader with rapt attention and in silence. Very well. If they continue, I will place their name into the record.
Mr. Speaker, how can the Minister of Finance choose this day, being the last day, to smuggle this tax? Mr. Speaker, the people of Ghana were not promised more taxes. Under the reset, they were promised reliefs. This government cannot mention a single relief it has given to the people of Ghana. Not one. The Honorable Minister for Energy and Green Transition said it's policy. What policy? A policy to complicate the lives of the people? That is what you call policy? Honorable Minister of Energy, I heard you. You are justifying a policy that is aimed at burdening the ordinary Ghanaian. All too soon you forgot it when you were ranking member. Mr. Speaker, and now we say road fund. They say this part of this is going to road fund. Has the Minister of Roads and Highways put in place the systems to address the loopholes at the road fund? You need systems. You need a proper software that would account. You don't need imposition of levies. You need to do the right thing. But Mr. Speaker, you know, these are our friends. They don't take advice. Mr. Speaker, they don't take advice. Mr. Speaker, for them, it is 189. Therefore, they will do everything and anything as it pleases them. So who am I? Mr. Speaker, who am I? Mr. Speaker, look at what the IMF said about the losses in the Gold for Reserve policy. 9.6 billion cedis. That could have been used to address some of these concerns. Mr. Speaker, the minister responsible for public sector reforms, they could have engaged her office with sufficient resources to undertake reforms. They won't do that. No reforms, no public sector reforms. And they have a convenient way, impose taxes and levies. This is not what the NDC promised the people of Ghana. One, you have failed in this one job, 3 shifts. 2, women banking, you have failed. 3, cocoa farmers, you have disappointed them. 4, you have increased tariffs by almost 30%. And you also impose 1 cedi per liter. Today, you are increasing taxes. Today. And Parliament has not been given the opportunity to fully analyze this. The minority side. You rush them because you have the numbers. This is your definition of democracy. Mr. Speaker, the NDC's definition of democracy. I remember, Mr. Speaker, when the finance minister was minority leader. Hey, can you do this? Mr. Speaker, has a way he will button his suit. He has this tie, Hermes. That is the one he puts on. And you come with speed. He said, no, Mr. Speaker, no, Mr. Speaker, today. Oh, really, Mr. Speaker? The finance minister, Dr. Atuforsen, as he then was minority leader. Mr. Speaker, he never supported taxation in this house. Where is he now? And the energy minister, the way he argued back in the day today? Is it you? Is it you? Is it you, Dr. Jinapo? Is it you supporting imposition of levies on the people of Ghana? You are supporting this? And Mr. Kwame Agboja, I want to remind each and every one of you what you said in opposition. You see, today, posterity has exposed you. Time has exposed you. Today, Adongo, who serves on the Bank of Ghana board, is supporting imposition of levy. Mr. Speaker, the Chief Whip, Honorable Kwame Eche Roxon, the Fiamekpo, Mr. Speaker, who used to raise procedural issues. A man of procedure today, he says we should use today to impose this levy. Today, he says that the procedure doesn't matter. He says Parliament should not scrutinize. Mr. Speaker, the Finance Minister's deputy, Member of Parliament for Eswajaman, and Deputy Minister of Finance, Mr. Speaker, he was serving on the Finance Committee and later became chair of the Budget Committee. Mr. Speaker, I have all his contributions. Today, Honorable Ampim, you are supporting imposition of levies. Mr. Speaker, they've been caught by their own words. We wash our hands. You came into office, all you know is rather to burden the ordinary Ghanaian with taxes and levies. And when we speak as minority, you use state institutions, Yoko, to threaten the minority. Yes, that's what you do. That is what you do. You harass our people. You want to do them shut up. We will not shut up today. We will not shut up tomorrow. Much as we are not against accountability, we are against the oppression. You cannot use this to stop us. You are bringing a bill in the night to impose levies, and when we speak, the next man you threaten with arrest, and you call for bail. That go and bring property before bail. Mr. Speaker, you can march every minority member to court. Get the court to imprison all minority members. Even in prison, minority members will speak from prison. Mr. Speaker, if we don't checkmate you, the majority, this country would move in the wrong direction. Our duty is to stop you from chewing and biting excesses of power. The Constitution is there to control your actions. Today, you see no evil, you hear no evil. When you even see, you can't speak because you are benefited. Mr. Speaker, we are worried. And every Democrat in this chamber must be worried by the actions of government intimidating the minority because we are critics. We've been constructive enough. We don't obstruct you. We tell you the truth. Our members are being intimidated by day. Every now and then, BNI, Iyoko, BNI, Iyoko. Let me tell you, I speak the way I speak because you are taking too much advantage of the power given you. Just because we criticize you. But you are also in office. Mr. Speaker, you are also in office. Our people are going through too much intimidation. You must stop. You must stop. It's all part of your strategy to frustrate the opposition. When you were in opposition, this is not what we did to you. And it was wrong. Yes. Yes. He knows we never enjoyed that. You know. I would be invited. Don't worry. You should sit down then. None of us enjoyed or supported any human rights abuses. And those who know. Today, have you spoken against any human rights abuses? I challenge any of you to come public against the human rights abuses against the minority. They are your colleagues. You sit on committees with them, and you unleash BNI and Yoko on our members. Mr. Speaker, that said, Mr. Speaker, they cannot talk about time. If you want to do it right, you should have come yesterday or last week. Why did you choose today? Why did you choose tonight? So please, let me make my point. I recall back in the days, Honorable ASK Bagbin, minority leader, he fought for the rights of the minority. He fought. It is my duty to remind you that what you are doing is wrong. You can't have us in this chamber to support government business, and then when you finish, you want to intimidate our members. Honorable Bagbin, Member of Parliament for Nadole Kalio, as he then was, fought for the right of the minority back in the day. I am doing the same thing. What you are doing is wrong. Democracy doesn't mean that when you have the power, you should use it to intimidate the minority. Use the power wisely. And let's work together as Democrats. Mr. Speaker, that said, we, the mighty minority, reject this imposition. We don't want it. We want the people of Ghana to know that when the time came for us to support them, we stood for them. You don't care about them, and it's your full responsibility. Take your sins and carry your sins alone. We are not part of this. Mr. Speaker, I rest my case.
Yes, Finance Minister.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, for the records, government is not imposing a new tax. Mr. Speaker, what government is seeking to do is to convert the subsidy from an ex-ante subsidy to ex-post subsidy. Mr. Speaker, let me take my time to explain the difference between an ex-ante subsidy and ex-post subsidy. Right, Honorable Speaker, a subsidy that is paid after the event and after you have already incurred the costs or when the activity is done is what we call ex-post subsidy. Mr. Speaker, it is indeed the opposite of an ex-ante subsidy where you pay before the event. Mr. Speaker, the difference is that the timing differs between an ex-ante subsidy and ex-post subsidy. Mr. Speaker, when the subsidy is paid upfront, it is called ex-ante subsidy. But when the subsidy is paid after and a refund or reimbursement is given after the event, then it becomes an ex-post subsidy. Mr. Speaker, we have observed an abuse. We have observed some significant leakage. Mr. Speaker, one would have thought that a party in opposition that is positioning itself as a government in waiting will be the one to support a leakage in the revenue administration. So, Speaker, rather we are hearing that the leakage must continue, and that they are terming this as subsidy, as a new tax. Mr. Speaker, no, this is not a new tax. No wonder, once upon a time, review of the free SHS was seen as cancelling free SHS. No wonder, Mr. Speaker. However, we have reviewed the free SHS by providing a dedicated sources of funding for it to be sustained going into the future. So, Speaker, this is exactly what we are trying to do. We are fixing the leakage and the abuse of the subsidy. So, Speaker, countries have moved around. And so, Mr. Speaker, let no one create that impression that this government is introducing a new tax. The tax already exists. However, the subsidy is what we have changed. Instead of getting it up front, you will now pay for the subsidy and justify it and get your refund. That's it. That's all. Mr. Speaker, that is modern tax policy. Mr. Speaker, to conclude, Mr. Speaker, tax policy is the most dynamic laws you can find in any country. This is because, Mr. Speaker, it reflects the behavior of the society. Because, Mr. Speaker, whilst you plan, individuals and others are also finding ways around it to avoid the tax. And so it is the responsibility of the government of the day to be dynamic. We are only being dynamic. As you know, we are dynamic and very proactive. So, Mr. Speaker, that is all what we are solving. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
Honourable members, at the conclusion of the debate, the question is as many as are in favor of the motion say aye. Those against say no. Honourable members, the ayes have it. The motion is adopted.
An act to amend the Energy Sector Levies Act 2025, Act 1135, to increase the rate of the energy sector shortfall and debt repayment levy on fuel oil and the road fund levy on fuel oil, and to provide for related matters.
Honourable members, the Energy Sector Levies Amendment Bill 2026 is now duly read for the second time. And now the Energy Sector Levies Amendment Bill 2026 is at consideration stage. All members, all member, why are you turning your back to the mace? All members, the schedule to Act 1135. Chairman of the committee. No, read. You should read.
Schedule to Act 1135 amended.
Chairman of the committee.
Mr. Speaker, we have no amendment.
Honourable members, no proposed amendment from the committee. It is for the consideration of the House. Honourable members, any proposed amendment? In the absence of any proposed amendment, I'll put a question. As many as are in favor say aye. Aye. Those against say no. Honourable members, the ayes have it. The schedule to Act 1135 is accordingly ordered to stand part of the bill. Honourable members, that brings us to the end of the long title.
An Act to amend the Energy Sector Levies Act 2025, Act 1135, to increase the rate of the energy sector shortfall and debt repayment levy on fuel oil and the road fund levy on fuel oil, and to provide for related matters.
All members, any proposed amendment to the schedule, to the long title?
Chairman, we have no amendment.
All members, the committee doesn't have amendment to the long title. Is there any proposed amendment? In the absence of any proposed amendment, I'll put a question. As many as are in favor of the long title standing part of the bill, say aye. Aye. Those against, say no. All members, the ayes have it. The long title is ordered to stand part of the bill, and that brings us to the end of consideration stage of the Energy Sector Levies Amendment Bill 2026. Honourable members, let's now take the motion numbered 4 on the order paper addendum, page 1. Minister responsible for finance.
Right,
Yes.
Honourable Speaker.
Motion numbered 5.
Yes. Right, Honourable Speaker, I beg to move that the Energy Sector Levies Amendment Bill 2026 be now read the third time. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Honourable members, motion move. Any seconder?
Mr. Speaker, I second the motion.
Motion moved and seconded. It is for the consideration of the House. Honourable members, I'll put a question. Those in favor of the motion say aye. Aye. Those against say no. Honourable members, the ayes have it. The motion is accordingly adopted.
An Act to amend the Energy Sector Levies Act 2025, Act 1135, to increase the rate of the energy sector shortfall and debt repayment levy on fuel oil and the road fund levy on fuel oil, and to provide for related matters.
Honourable members, the Energy Sector Levies Amendment Bill 2026 is now read for the third time and duly passed. Yes. Yes, majority, Chief Whip.
Speaker, have we taken all your reports? Speaker, may we suspend for 10 minutes? Yes. No. So we suspend for 10 minutes. And then, so that we can come back in 10 minutes, Mr. Speaker.
Yes.
Speaker is ready.
Yeah, Mr. Speaker, I think we can take that suspension.
All members.
Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and click on the bell for more updates.